Okay, welcome back as the second segment of June 2019, paper 1H. Question number 7, write 5.7 times 10 to the power of 6 as an ordinary number, which actually will give you 5.7 times 1 million. And then the digits will move 6 digits to the right, so 6 digits to the left, so you get 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 5.7 million. Write 0.004 in standard form, so we write it's basically 4 uh, divided by 10 to the power of 3, which actually means 4 multiplied by 10 to the power of negative 3. So that will be your answer. The easiest way to work out writing numbers in standard form is you look at if it says number less than 1, then you start counting after decimal 1, 2, 3, stop at the first non-zero digit, which is 4, times 10 to the power of. Now you count how many digits you had to move. You had to move 3 digits to the right, so it will be minus 3, 10 to the power of minus 3. On the other hand, if you want to write a number in standard form, which is written in standard form, you have to write as an ordinary number. You start from after the decimal. If it's 10 to the power of 6, you move the digits 6. You move 6 digits to the left. So starting from here, the digits will move 6 steps to the left. So the decimal was here, so you move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the answer is going to be 5.7 million. In this question, you have to follow the bid mass. So here, you got 2 times 10 to the power of 4, which will give you 20,000 plus 300,000 over that will be 0.064. Okay, now at the numerator you will get 320,000 divided by 0.064, and then you use your calculator. Which is 5 million. Your answer is going to be 5 million. Note here they haven't asked you to write the answer in standard form. It says just work out, so you leave your answer as 5 million. Question number 8. On January 1st, 2016, Lee bought a boat for $170,000. The value of the boat depreciates by 8% per year. Work out the value of the boat 1st January 2019. So that's 3 years from 2016. Let's work out the multiplier. It's the depreciation, so 100% minus 8% is 92%. 92% as a decimal is 92 out of 100, which is 0.92. So to find out the value of the boat on January 2019, we have to do 170,000 multiplied by 0.92 to the power of 3, because it's 3 years. So I do 170,000 times 0.92 to the power of 3, which will give you 132,376.96. 132,376.96. Correct to the nearest dollar. After the decimal, you've got a 9, so this 6 will turn into a 7. $132,377. Next question, question number 9. The diagram shows a shape made from a right angle triangle and a semicircle. AC is the diameter of the semicircle BA is equal to BC. This is an isosceles triangle as well. Angle ABC is 90 degrees. Work out the area of the shape. Now, there are two shapes here. One is a right angle triangle, the other one is a semicircle. Now, to find out the area of a circle, we need to know the radius of the circle. And in order to know the radius, we first need to know the diameter. Now, the diameter of the semicircle here is same as the hypotenuse of this right angle triangle. So, we first use Pythagoras theorem to find out what AC is. So, that is the hypotenuse, right? Hypotenuse, that's A, that's B. So, I can say AC squared is 6 squared plus 6 squared, which is 36 plus 36, 72. So, AC is square root of 72, which is going to be 6 square root 2. Leave it in surd form because we haven't found out our final answer yet. Okay, so leave it like that. Now, if that is AC is the diameter, so what is the radius? The radius will be half of it. So 6 square root 2 divided by 2 is equal to 3 square root 2. That is the radius of the semicircle. Now, the area will be pi r squared divided by 2 because this is a semicircle. So, pi times what is the radius? 3 root 2 squared divided by 2. Now, you notice why I kept it in the surd form, because when I square it, the square root will go away. So, we have got pi times 18 divided by 2, which will give you 9 pi. Leave it in this format for now. Now, we need to find out the area of the triangle now. The area of the triangle is base times height divided by 2. Here, base and height both are 6. So, I'll do 6 times 6 divided by 2, which is 6 times 6 is 36 divided by 2 is 18 centimeters squared. So, the total area of the shape will be total area is 18 plus 9 pi, and now I'm going to convert it into decimal. So 9 pi plus 18 is equal to 46.27. That is going to be 46.27 centimeters squared. Correct to one decimal place, I will call it 46.3 centimeter squared. That is the area of the shape. Right, question number 10, it says A is 2 to the power of n times 3 times 5 to the power of m. Write 8a as product of its prime factors. Right, so 8a is equal to 8 multiplied by 2 to the power of n times 3 times 5 to the power of m. Now, 8 can be written as 2 to the power of 3 times 2 to the power of n times 3 times 5 to the power of m. And now, if I simplify this part, then I will get 2. When you multiply, you add the power, so that's n plus 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5m. Question number 11. C is equal to B minus A. A is 6 correct to the nearest integer. B is 15 correct to the nearest 5. Work out the upper bound of the value of C. Okay, so upper bound of C will be upper bound of B minus lower bound of A. Now, so we need to find out the upper bound of B. B is 15 correct to the nearest 5. So upper bound of B will be 15 plus 2.5, which is 17.5. Because it's correct to the nearest 5, I need to half 5 and add on to 15 to get the upper bound. And if I needed the lower bound, then I would have subtracted 2.5 to get the lower bound. So that's 17.5. And the lower bound of A is 6 is correct to the nearest integer. Integer means whole number, or we can take it as a unit. Half of a unit is 0.5. So the lower bound of 6 is going to be 5.5. So the upper bound of B minus the lower bound of A. So once we work out the upper bound for the value of C, it's going to be upper bound of C is going to be 17.5 minus 5.5. The answer is 12. Okay, and question number 12. This is the last question of this segment. We will have a look at, this is an algebra question. So first of all, factorize 2x squared minus 7x plus 16. Now you note that here x squared has a different number before it as a coefficient. So what we do is first we take the 2 and the 6, we multiply 2 and 6 together. 2 and 6 multiplied together gives you 12. Now I'm looking for two numbers. When we multiply, you get 12. When you add, you get negative 7. And in this case, the numbers will be negative 3 times negative 4. Negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. And when you add them, you get the middle term, which is negative 7. So I'm going to do 2x squared minus 3x minus 4x plus 6. Then I'm going to factorize the first two terms. So I will take x out of the brackets. I will have 2x minus 3. From the second two terms, I'm going to also factorize by taking the 2 out of the brackets, which will leave me with 2x minus 3. Now both these expressions have 2x minus 3 common in them. So I will put the 2x minus 3 in one set of brackets. Open up the second set of brackets and I will put the x minus 2. And that's your quadratic factorizing done. Question 12b, solve. What I'm going to do first is I've got 4m plus 9 over 3 is equal to 7 minus 2m. I need to get rid of the 3, so I'm going to multiply by 3 on both sides. That will give me 4m plus 9 is equal to 21 minus 6m. Okay, now I'm going to add 6m on both sides. So I will get 10m plus 9 is equal to 21. Then I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. So I get 10m is equal to 12. Then you divide both sides by 10. So m will become 1.2. So that would be your answer here. The last part of the question says fourth root of y divided by y in the form of y to the power of b, where b is a fraction. So fourth root of y, there is a rule of roots. Nth root of a to the power of m is actually a to the power of m over n. The numerator is the power and the denominator is the root. Here the power of y is 1. So fourth root of y is going to be y to the power of 1 over 4. So if I do y to the power of 1 over 4 divided by y to the power of 1, when you divide, you subtract the powers. So you're actually getting y to the power of a quarter minus 1, which is y to the power of negative 3 over 4, and that is y to the power of k. So k is equal to negative 3 over 4. And that is, with that, we come to the end of our second segment of June 2019 paper 1H. We'll be continuing from question number 13 to question number 18 in the next segment. Thank you very much for being with us.